Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I have a lot to tell you. So the day before yesterday, which would have been on Wednesday, Tucker woke us up like super early. Like it was 4:35, he woke us up, and that happens sometimes, and we normally have to kind of like regroup and take him to the couch or something like that, just to kind of give him a change of, I don't know, it just works. And so we were up, and all of a sudden, I mean, we had been up for probably like 30 minutes trying to get him to go back to sleep, and I started getting like suddenly, basically an excruciating pain came over me in my stomach. And it was, when it started, it was like right at the center of my stomach. I started having this really bad pain, and that happens to me sometimes. I have autoimmune problems, and so like I'm kind of used to like random pains, but it was pretty bad. And then it kind of started migrating down towards like where your appendix is, and so I kind of started getting worried, thinking like maybe my appendix was bursting, but I wasn't sure what was going on for sure. And then I told Jonas, I was like, I can't stay up, I need to go try to like lay down because I'm in a lot of pain. And so I tried to go lay in my bed, and it just wasn't going away. And I've had 2 babies. Like, I have fully given birth to 2 babies, and it's not the best comparison, but this pain was like really, really bad. It was taking my breath away. It just felt really bad. And so I told Jonas, like I said, I tried to lay in bed, and I was laying there, and I kind of just like, I couldn't get comfortable. I was in a ton of pain, and it got to the point where I was like, okay, this is pretty bad. And so I went and I told Jonas that I was in a lot of pain, and at that point he was like, okay, do we need to go to the hospital? And I kept telling him, I was like, I feel so silly, like I don't want to go to the hospital, like they're gonna end up telling me that there's nothing going on, because that's kind of been my experience in the past. Anytime I kind of get weird autoimmune stuff, if I end up going to the hospital, I get sent away. And so I told Jonas, I was like, I'm in a lot of pain, I feel really silly going to the hospital, and he was pretty adamant. He's like, you just need to go to the hospital, it's not a big deal, let's just go to the hospital. And around that time, I kind of like looked it up, because I was like, what are the odds that my appendix is bursting? Because that was really my biggest concern. My concern was like laying around, and then I've had family members and friends and stuff who ended up having their appendix burst, and that becomes really, really bad. And so that was kind of my concern. Before I agreed to go to the hospital, I looked up like what were the odds, and what did, you know, having appendicitis or anything like that feel like. And I was having all of the symptoms of that, like every single symptom that was listed I was having. And it said that 1 out of 4 people will experience having to have their appendix removed apparently in their lifetime. And so I was thinking, okay, well, I'm not gonna verbally say this, but my luck is not always the best. So I guess you can see where I'm going with that. I just don't want to speak that like out loud, but my luck is not always the best. That's the best way to say it without saying anything worse, I guess. And so I was like, all right, well, if 1 out of 4 people experience this, I tend to fall in that 1 out of 4. Not that that's the best way to decide if you should go to the hospital, but I kind of just was like, all right, well, worst case scenario, they send me home and nothing bad's happening, right? And so around 6, I ended up going to the hospital, and still I felt really, really silly. Like every time I go to the hospital, I just feel like they're not gonna take me seriously. I don't know why I feel like that. If you're a nurse or a doctor or something and you want to say anything to make me feel better, please leave that in the comments. But I just constantly worry that they're not gonna take me seriously, especially now with everything going on, that they're gonna basically think I am dramatic, or I don't know. But I ended up going, and when I got there, they did all the normal like triage stuff. They drew my blood work for labs. They got me hooked up to a blood pressure monitor. put the thing on my finger to check my pulse, and when they did that, like, they realized that my blood pressure was really low. And also, like, with my symptoms, I wasn't just having stomach pain, I was also like really dizzy and really lightheaded. So anyways, my blood pressure was really low, I was really dizzy, really lightheaded, and so that was a concern of theirs. I don't know a ton about blood pressure because I'm pretty young, but my blood pressure was like 87 over like 58 whenever I got in there, and they told me that was pretty low. So there was that. And then the nurse went to draw my blood for my labs, and I give blood all the time. Like, I have thyroid problems, and so I have to get my blood drawn. It depends what's going on, but roughly every 1 to 3 months I go to get my blood drawn from my endocrinologist. And so I am pretty used to that. As the nurse was drawing my blood, I could notice that I always kind of turn my head just so I don't have to sit and stare at them putting the needle in my arm. That's like the hardest part for me. But once she had done that, I could tell she was struggling. Again, I do this all the time. I give blood all the time. So I know how long it normally takes, and she was struggling, not with getting my vein, which has also happened, but she was struggling to get the blood out of my arm. And so she started like squeezing my arm. She started, like, she tried to tighten her tourniquet. She was trying everything, and she could not get enough blood out of my arm. Like, she ended up only getting half of a vial, and she was like, okay, well, this explains your blood pressure being low, but why is your blood so thick? Her thought with that was that I was extremely dehydrated, which was a little bit weird. Not completely weird. I definitely don't drink as much water as I should, but that day prior I had intentionally drank more water, so it just seemed a little bit weird that I would have been dehydrated, but I guess I was. So they get everything going, right? And I'm laying around and just waiting, and the pain in my stomach, about, I don't know, like maybe 2 hours into being at the hospital, the pain in my stomach kind of started subsiding. And at that point I was still really dizzy, really lightheaded, but I wasn't having like the excruciating pain. So at that point I was kind of like, okay, it's not my appendix. Which also, the other thing was, whenever I was having the pain, the only thing that made it feel better was putting pressure on it, which also is another sign of it being your appendix. It felt bad whenever the pressure was released, but it felt better with the pressure. So the pain started subsiding. I'm at the hospital, pain starts subsiding, and the doctor asks me like how I'm doing as we're waiting for the labs, and I told him, I said, the pain's kind of going away. And also, when I had first gotten there and when I first met with the doctor, we went over my medical history and stuff, and I mentioned all of the issues that I have, which are, if you didn't know, I have hypothyroidism, which is autoimmune, and it sometimes flips to hyperthyroidism. It just depends on my medication levels and just how my body reacts, because it decides to go crazy every once in a while because I have Hashimoto's, which is the autoimmune problem that causes that. And then I also was diagnosed with PCOS after I had Tatum. And so when I told him that at the very beginning, his thought, he basically, when I first told him about all of it, before we had done labs, before we had done anything, he was like, I don't think it's your appendix. I think that since you have PCOS, I think you burst a cyst, and it has all of the same symptoms of your appendix. The only difference is that if you burst a cyst, the pain eventually subsides, and sometimes it resolves itself. So if you burst a cyst, sometimes it goes away. Technically a woman bursts, I don't know if that's the right word, but like technically a woman has a cyst that bursts every month, and that's how you release an egg for ovulation, but that is not the same for PCOS. Like, I have multiple cysts on each of my ovaries, and so he thought that I burst a cyst. The biggest thing that he wanted to see was first to get the labs back to basically make sure that there was nothing serious going on. If the labs came back clear, that's when he would have wanted to do, like, I guess, like further imaging to figure out what was causing it, because I guess with basic labs, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, so don't take my word for any of this, but he said, like, if certain aspects of the labs were clear, then that would further make them think that maybe it was my appendix or something, or just like the cysts bursting. But that's what ended up happening. My labs came back pretty clear, and at that point they wanted to do an ultrasound to basically determine if I had burst a cyst or if there was anything going on with my appendix. His biggest concern, what he told me, was if I burst a cyst. So basically what happens is if you have PCOS and you burst a cyst, a lot of times your body is capable of passing it and resolving it by itself. But if you're having excruciating pain when it happens, like the pain normally indicates some form of complication with it bursting, and so at that point they have to do an ultrasound to determine if there's any internal bleeding or anything from the cyst bursting, and if that's the case, then they sometimes have to go in surgically and remove the cyst because it's not resolving on its own, I guess, is how he explained it to me. And so we went for the ultrasound. The ultrasound tech was able to confirm, well, she did the ultrasound, the radiologist was able to confirm that I did burst a cyst, and that's what they were thinking, but my body was clearing it on its own. There was no internal bleeding, there was no, which explains the pain going away. So it was just taking my body a little bit longer than normal to heal whenever, I guess, like it initially happened. I don't know, but I ended up being in the hospital for like 4 or 5 hours or so, and then I don't know, I just had after that I had a horrible couple of days. Wednesday was pretty bad. I just kind of felt weak and tired all day, which the doctor told me would probably happen if that had been the case, if it was from the PCOS. And then yesterday, which was Thursday, I just still wasn't feeling like completely myself. I don't know, I just kind of felt run down, and I wasn't in pain or anything, but I was having like headaches, and it just wasn't feeling very great. So I just didn't really go do anything. But today is Friday, and my goal is to have a fun weekend with my children, and to vlog with the family more, and to keep these videos coming. I want to make something very clear. If you are following this channel, not all of my videos get a ton of views, but if you are one of those people that does watch every single video, I do not make these videos solely for y'all's entertainment. I want you guys to enjoy the videos, but that is not why I make them. I make these videos because I genuinely love having video kind of family experiences. I grew up watching home videos that my parents shot, and it wasn't like an everyday thing. They didn't pick up a camera every single day and record what we were doing, but I know that anytime there was something special going on, or a birthday party or anything like that, they recorded with their camcorder. And so I grew up watching that, and I want to be able to kind of somewhat replicate that for my kids. And so by vlogging, even if on your end of things you don't see the point of what we're doing, my point is that I'm creating memories with my children that I can look back on and that they can look back on. And YouTube is a wonderful platform that is free to post on, and I'm able to share, like, save those memories forever. Like, they are locked in forever, and I can't do that with iCloud. I can't do that with Google Photos. I can't do that with pretty much any other service, because you have to pay for storage, or stuff goes missing or whatever, and I just don't want that to happen. I want to have these video memories with my family. So if it takes me time putting them together, I don't know. My point with saying that basically is that I just want you to know what my intention is when I make these videos. I know some family vloggers kind of get backlash, and people say that they're trying to exploit their children, or I don't know, any of that stuff. That is not my intention. I just think it's a wonderful way to create memories with my kids, and I definitely recommend it to anybody that is considering doing it. So that being said, I am about to go get Tucker. Tatum is napping in the back, which is why we are in the car, and we are gonna get Tucker, and then I think that there's something going on in Castle Rock tonight. I'm pretty sure, I could be completely wrong, I'm pretty sure there's a concert, so I might take the kids to that. They didn't love the last one, but it was because I was not super prepared. So if that is the case, I'm gonna try to, I don't know, make it more accommodating. The hardest part last time was having my stroller instead of having like a wagon or something, because it's just really bulky pushing 2 children vertically through a crowd of people. So I'm gonna go get some lunch, and I've literally had this coffee, I just realized. Ew. Sorry, there's like a hair in the, I don't know if you can see this, probably not, but there was a hair in the lid of my coffee. It's probably my hair, so I'm not mad about it. But I just don't know how that happened. I told you guys in my last video, but I'm not bougie anymore. I literally just drink espresso, which I might be crazy for that. People might think I'm insane, but that is what I enjoy, so that is what I've been doing. Mostly because I don't have money to buy specialty coffees every day. And even if I did, I am trying to be healthier. I'm trying to make healthier decisions for myself and for my family. You guys should take some advice and do the same. Even if you don't know me, you can always be healthier. I am trying to teach my kids healthy things. My kids actually eat super healthy. Like, my children will eat vegetables for fun, and they won't eat ice cream. I don't know where they got that from, but I have literally tried to feed Tucker ice cream. We've bought him like almond milk ice cream and stuff, because if you remember, he doesn't eat dairy. Tatum will take it, but Tucker not so much. They eat really healthy, so I'm not a bad mom. I want to display healthier habits for them. I want myself and Jonas to be doing healthier things and eating healthier and stuff, so that they see that growing up, because right now they're young enough where they eat what we give them, but I just don't want to set bad habits, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a bad example for them. So anyways, like I said, I'm about to go get Tucker, I'm about to go eat lunch, and then we are gonna try to go do something in Castle Rock. If that event, maybe I have the dates wrong. If I do, I'm gonna take the kids to do something, because it's Friday night. I just want them to go have fun. Tucker doesn't have school tomorrow, so that is currently the plan. Yeah, I'll see you after I get Tucker. Hey buddy, can you say hi?
Hi.
Good job, and you wave.
Hi. Oh no.
Say what's up.
Mama.
Oh, you want videos? Say please.
Please.
Videos, please.
Water.
Water? You want water? Okay. Here, I'm gonna let you watch videos, okay?
Mama.
Can you say, let's go?
Ready.
Say go.
Go.
All right, let's go. Okay, so I was definitely wrong about the concert. There is an event going on in Castle Rock, but it ends at 6 and it's currently 5:30. So Tatum is teething and it's Friday, so Tucker wants to play. So we're gonna go to an indoor playground because it is quite literally 100 degrees outside. It is record heat temperatures for Colorado for this time of year. So we're gonna go to this community indoor playground because I know Tucker likes it. I don't really love it because you have to pay for it, but it is way too hot to play outside and I don't want to go home yet. So that is what I'm gonna take them to do, and just wish me luck because I'm probably setting myself up for a headache because I'm taking both my children by myself. So was definitely painfully right about being way in over my head, taking both of these kids. It was fine for about 30 minutes, and then Tucker discovered that there was a lot of other stuff at this facility, including a trampoline park and a pool. So he kind of like went missing for a second. I was watching him and he like just went out of my view, and so I was like, where did he go? And I looked down and he was at the trampoline park, which he was not supposed to be at. So I went and got him, and then him and Tatum were playing, and he realized that there was a door to go to a pool. That is when things got really complicated, because I had to carry Tatum and try to chase him to the pool. There was a woman and her kids that were like between, so like here was the door for the pool and here is me, and there was like a woman and her kids that were right between us, and Tucker was already at the door. So I was like screaming to this woman because she was a mom. I was like, please grab him, please grab him, please grab him. And so she ran and got him. I mean, he was literally an inch from the pool whenever she grabbed him. So after that, I tried to, I took them into like the little turf little mini field for them to play, but he was just not having it. And once he knew there was a pool, there was just no going back. That's all he wanted to go to. So needless to say, an hour in and we are leaving. I paid for us to be there, and so we're leaving, and I wish there was something else I could take them to do. It's cooling down, so I'm gonna watch it for the next like 10 minutes, and if it gets to 85 or lower, I'm gonna take them to the park next to our house, or like the baseball field or something, because I'm not quite ready to take them home. I just would like for them to get a little bit more energy out before we go home. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. But this is why it is so hard for moms that have young toddlers to go do stuff, because I have 2 children that are very crazy and that need constant supervision. So it's hard to be in 2 places at once. It's been a stressful day. It has been a stressful day. I haven't even talked about how my day started, and I'm just not even going to, but it has been, let me just say, it has been a stressful day. Like I said, I'm gonna watch the weather, and I'm either gonna go home or we're gonna go to a park. That is not this one. It's just so hard. Let me show you this in here. My window's dirty and I don't really want to draw attention by rolling it down, but that is where the pool was. He basically was in the brown building and realized that he could go into the pool area. So it just didn't go well. We're gonna go. So I'm not sure exactly how, but somehow it got hotter while we were out driving. So we just came home because it's very hot, like I said. And also because Tatum is teething, and I have my kids like get their teeth really late, but she's teething right now and she cries nonstop. Like not really crying, like crying, but she's like fussing nonstop. So I don't know. Tucky, what are you guys doing?
Oh no.
Oh no. I am very sorry about the lighting, the angles, and the camera quality for the last couple videos. I do not know what is going on with this camera. I have an idea. I'm just gonna tell you a really quick funny story, and then I'm never gonna talk about it again. So I don't know who is gonna see this video. But long story short, there are some YouTubers that live in Colorado, and we bought this camera from them 2 years ago. And the reason that they were selling it was because the girl had spilled hot chocolate all over it. So we got it fixed, like we got it all taken care of. The audio got fixed and everything, but now I'm having these issues and I kind of wonder if it's because of that. I'm not really completely sure. So not really naming names, but that is probably what the problem is. But don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful to have this camera. I'm not mad about it at all. It just, I think that's what's going on. But anyways, we're home and I do not have anything else planned. I did get a package. I'm gonna open it really quick just because I want to be able to talk more about my wedding stuff, and I order a lot of stuff for my business on Amazon. So I'm gonna set this down and try to open this, and then I'm gonna tell you. So this is it. This right here. I'm shooting photography for a wedding in a couple weeks, and I have not heard back from the bride, so I just went ahead and kind of bit the bullet and bought a ring box for her detail shots. I'm trying to get this out, but I'm kind of struggling here, so bear with me. So if you are getting married anytime and you want good pictures, I recommend paying attention to like the little stuff like this. But it's a velvet ring box. This is, I do not know, this camera, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, my focus is all over the place. But anyways, it's a velvet ring box. I do not know what's going on with this camera. The point is, just think about stuff like this for your photos, because rings from jewelers typically come in not the most pleasant, pretty boxes. So if you have like a certain color in mind, or you want really pretty pictures, buy good things for your details. Also, it's just nice to have, like, you're not gonna be able to wear your wedding ring all the time, especially when you're pregnant if you plan on having children. So having stuff like this to store it in is really nice, because I've kept mine in a drawer for the last 2 years. So when I'm not using this for weddings, this will be for me. But it's pretty nice, like you can do a lot of fun stuff with it. It's, you know. Anyways, I do have an Amazon store link in the description down below. I'm going to put together I have a lot of lists on there. I have a autism product list. I have a just mom, like things that you need when you're a mom. I just have like a lot of different good lists on there. So if you have a kid with autism, or if you just have kids, check out my link, because it has a lot of good stuff on there that maybe you didn't know about before. And I am gonna get a list put together of things that I recommend for brides, because I get a lot of questions about that. So anyways, I'm gonna end the vlog here because we're not doing anything else. If you are not already subscribed, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next vlog. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Good job.